Good morning. This is your host, Rich, here on behalf of Wrpsf Live. And today I have a new pick for you. Here it is. And you guys know my modus operandi. Bring you undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed opportunities first before anybody else in the universe. This has been our plan and our modus operandi since we started 4 years ago. And here we are 4 years later in 2021, in my opinion, and probably many other opinions, the number one platform in the universe for finding undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed opportunities first. I mean, just without a shadow of a doubt, we find more undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed opportunities than anybody else on the planet. And we're going to continue to, okay? This is a sponsored video, okay? Thank you, ORO X Mining, for the sponsored video. Remember, Wrpsf Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Pull up ORO X in Canada, Wpzb in Frankfurt, Germany, and Wrpsf in America. Symbol looks like this, OROX in Canada, and WRPSF in America. You could see it had a big day on Friday in America. Big day on Friday. Here's OROX. Also had a pretty decent day on Friday at 81 cents, currently up 6% from Friday, and we'll see how it does today. So first and foremost, hope you all had a great weekend. This is your host, Rich, here on behalf of Wrpsf Live, bringing you another undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed gold company before anyone else on the planet. This is their website, oroxmining.com, high-grade gold exploration, led by a team with a history of success. I'm going to go through some of these presentations. This is their investor presentation. This is their team. Luis Zapata is the CEO and director. Hopefully we get an opportunity to speak with Luis. Very strong team. And this is the track record of the team. Obviously, a huge track record of success. You can see here all the different members and what they've been able to accomplish over the last 14 years is pretty special. Pretty special. Over 3.2 billion of shareholder value created over the last 13 years by members of the team. So clearly they've got a strong management team. And let's take a look at some of the investment highlights. A new company, a team history of success, lead advisor Paul Matasik, serial successful entrepreneur with 5 different buyouts in 4 different commodities, totaling over 3.14 billion of shareholder value created over the last 13 years. Wow. It's a flagship high-grade gold project, with past high-grade production and local exploration team in Peru. You could see that when they did this presentation, the share price was at 70 cents, currently at 81 cents in Canada, based on Friday's price. This is very important. Shares issued and outstanding, 42.9 million shares issued and outstanding. Once again, we found a very good company with a tight float. Do you guys see the trend here? We like companies with tight floats, and that's a part of our success. Good morning, Amjad. Hope you're ready for a big day, my friend. Warrants, we got warrants at 35 cents, 4.2 million. Options, 2.5 million options, 1.75 million RSUs, FD shares, fully diluted shares of 51.4 million with only 30 million market cap, which in my opinion means there's huge room for this to grow. I would say at least to 100 million market cap based on the experience of these entrepreneurs, which means there's huge upside here, in my opinion. And you can see 25% inside ownership. You always want to see that the insiders have some skin in the game. Peru, top gold mining jurisdiction. Exploration investments in Peru totaled 89.9 million in 21 gold projects and 73.6 million in silver across 11 projects in 2019. Why Peru? So obviously, we're trying to identify why this is a good region to mine gold. And obviously people are asking why Peru. So here's the answer. Peru is the #2 copper producer and 6th largest gold producer in the world. I don't know if you knew that, but #2 in copper and #6 in the world. Peru's gold production was reported at 143.3 tons in December 2019. 21 billion in mining investments expected between 2019 and 2023. Wow, 21 billion. Qualified mining workforce available. In 2019, the Fraser Institute ranked Peru 10th country in the world on investment attractiveness. Constitutional protection for foreign investment. There are 52 gold mines and projects in the Ayacucho region where ORO X projects are located. No current restrictions, USD used. You can see the major mining majors working in Peru right now: Barrick Gold, Rio Tinto, Southern Copper, just to name a few. Fortuna. This is the ORO X projects concessions map. You can see their Coriorcco flagship gold project. 2,000 hectares is the size. Main target is Cerro Domo. Mineralization target LS epithermal vein system. So you can see what it looks like here. And the Las Antas secondary adjacent concession, which is 1,400 hectares. And you can see their targets and mineralization target. Bulk tonnage, disseminated gold. So you can see some more specifics on the property and the project. 2,000 hectares concession for the Coriorcco package with 17 known mineralized veins at surface with widths up to 2.5 meters within a 700 meter by 800 meter zone of intense hydrothermal alteration and epithermal mineralization. Assay results from samples taken along over 400 meters of underground development indicate grade improves with depth yet to be drill tested. So you can see this photo here showing what the property looks like. And for some of those fans of gold, you'll have a really good idea of what this looks like and what this means for the company. But these guys are literally sitting on a bunch of gold, okay? And that can become very lucrative. Bentley, good morning. Good morning, Pluto. Good morning, Robert. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you all had a great weekend. If you like this video, smash the like button, comment down below, and share the video everywhere. I know this is a new company for you. I know you've never heard of ORO X Mining. That's why I'm bringing it to you first. My modus operandi is to bring you all the undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed opportunities in the planet first. Then everybody else can jump on the bandwagon and talk about it being their pick. But my objective is to bring it first so that our club members and our community can position themselves first. Just like 4 years ago when Bitcoin was at 1,000 and I was talking about Bitcoin, that was the time to get into Bitcoin. When Bitcoin hit 43,000 and everyone's like, it's going to 150K, it's going to 150K, I'm sitting there telling people to sell. We don't buy at 43K. We buy at 1K. We sell at 43K, right? This is the way we trade as investors in the club. And that's what we want to be able to do, is give you good trade ideas and give you proper winning signals and trade ideas. So you can see the historical production highlights. So this is clearly a property and a project that has enormous potential. Absolutely enormous potential. This is their flagship gold project. So lots of high grade gold on these properties. So strong management team. You can clearly see some of the rocks that they're pulling off the property. Pretty cool when you can actually take a look at what it looks like. Large scale quartz. It's another one of their properties, Las Antas Gold Project. And the overview, extensive zone of intense hydrothermal alteration at surface. The surface epithermal mineralization and breccia footprint host potential for veins and bulk tonnage. Disseminated style gold mineralization. Now, when you have a management team that has a history of winning with gold, they know what to look for. They've been in projects before where they've been able to make a multiple. Chances are they're getting involved with this project because they see the same similar opportunity. I don't think they're going to get involved in a project just to get involved in a project. They're going to get involved in a project because it's going to be a success. Chances are, based on the history and the management that they've put together in this team, that this too will be a huge success. This is their Julian Gold Project. And let's take a look at upcoming catalysts. So we always talk about catalysts, news, certain specific catalysts that are going to make the stock move. These are the catalysts that are coming. M&A assessment and 3D IP over Coriorcco. Q1 2021 Ecuador asset spinout. That's coming in the next, anytime between now and the next 60 to 90 days, right? And Q2 2021 5,000 meter drill program for Coriorcco. Now, once again, we're trying to get you guys to understand this opportunity before these big catalysts. So we've got an Ecuador asset spinout coming and a 5,000 meter drill program coming. And that's why I'm telling you this is undervalued, underappreciated, underexposed, because these catalysts are coming. I'm going to make a prediction. This is going to be a $1 stock, and it won't be taking too much time to get to $1. You can clearly see it was at 81 cents on Friday. So to go up another 20%, I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. And I think it's pretty likely. To be quite frank, with those catalysts coming and the tight share structure, I don't see any reason why this stock doesn't go at least to $1. So let's continue with some of the news here. Appendix. All right. So OROX in Canada, Wrpsf in America, and Wpzb in Frankfurt, Germany. Now, there was an article written by Keith Schaefer about ORO X Mining on the Toronto Stock Venture Exchange, and let's see what they had to say. This was in October. ORO X Mining begins trading on Tuesday. Monday is a Canadian Thanksgiving, and markets are up here, are closed. It follows my theme of 2020 in junior mining. Followed the best jockeys in the business. For me, that has been in no particular order. He mentions 3 different people, and one of them is Paul, who is involved with ORO X Mining, right? So I showed you that Paul's part of the management team, and he happens to be involved with this. Matsick has a new deal starting to trade on Tuesday called ORO X, symbol OROX. Remember, success follows clues, right? Below, you will find the company report on the stock. Before you read it, I would like to say a couple things. I have never been so happy to be wrong about a stock prediction. Standard Lithium, Grand West are doing well, and both my picks as well, and both his picks, and should continue to do very well. My colleague Paul Andrelia just did a great interview with CEO Will Trainer. Link is below. Paul is the Warren Buffett of microcap investing, so having him follow Bus is just short of the hand of God blessing the stock and company. So he's a fan of Bus too. I bought more Bus today. Tsxv at 81 cents to take my position up to a full 100,000 shares. Wow, so he's got a lot of Bus. Oh, wow. He talks about Tat too. Tat, a few of you still own this hemp cigarette, but today's news that the custodian of Horizon Ventures, Debbie Chang, is part of a group that put 6.75 million into Tat is big news. He liked the news on Tat as well. So here's the Orox report. In looking at new portfolio positions, I want a fresh story. So this is what Keith Schaefer is looking at. Once again, this is Keith Schaefer, and this is what he's looking for. He's looking for a fresh story, a proven management, less than 70 million shares out ideally. So he likes a tight share structure similar to me. Proven management, fresh story similar to me, early. EV, enterprise value, market cap, cash under 40 million pre-discovery anyway. So if you find a small market cap company under 40 million market cap or less, that's what he's talking about. Very similar to what I look for. And a drill program starting within 8 weeks. And this is a drill program that will be starting in Q2 2021. ORO X gives me a lot of that, while CEO Luis Zapata is new his role. He is being mentored by a large shareholder, Paul Matasik. Paul makes money wherever he goes, so I try to follow. This is a new listing, so ground floor. That also means patience, unless the stock goes up 5x right away. However, because the management has suggestions, they may already be able to spin out an Ecuadorian asset, which could be this quarter. The stock may trade higher than I think, as the market price is a second pubco with Matasik as a large shareholder. The stock will trade Tuesday under the stock symbol Orox. I have no idea what the opening price would be. I don't expect it to be a big trader out of the gate because there's hardly any float for a few weeks. I participated in the initial 20-cent round, 200,000 shares, and conversation members participated in the 41-cent financing rounds. So investors are already up. Quick facts, trading symbol OROX. Share price when this article went out was 51 cents. It's already at 81. Shares outstanding, 43 million. Market cap, 22 million. Net debt, 6.5 million. Enterprise value, 15.5 million. Positives, 17 outcropping veins on flagship property. Indications of high-grade gold, 7 to 10 grams a ton. Historic mining of 2 veins show improving grade with depth. Low sulfidation. Epithermal system has potential for large, deep resource below. Strong management team. Management may spin out its Ecuadorian assets, so we are getting a 2-for-1. Negatives, grassroots, no drilling on flagship Coriorcco concession. Current market cap builds in some expected success. If COVID outbreak in Peru continues, drilling could be delayed. The stock will be very tight for a while. In summary, ORO X, OROX on the Toronto Stock Venture Exchange is an early stage gold exploration company. It is a gamble on a property that I already know has gold with a team that I like. So seems like a smart investment. As with any exploration play, this is high risk. Hopefully the reward is high, but the play makes sense that there are a couple shots on goal here, which is better odds than most. Top of the list of reasons why I like ORO X is Paul. Once again, Paul Matasik, who has joined the team as lead advisor. To me, Matasik is one of the top mining entrepreneurs of this generation. He is a closer, a guy who maximizes value for shareholders. Matasik is already a director and CEO of Gold X Mining, GLDX on the Toronto Venture Stock Exchange, another portfolio company he has also as director of Nano One, Nano on the Toronto Stock Venture Exchange. So that's another article written on ORO X, and since they wrote that article, the price is up. This is the website, oroxmining.com, and you can see all the information on their website with their track record of success. Here's Paul, the lead advisor, the man that everyone's talking about, the man with the plan that everyone's really impressed with. And there's some real big news that has come out of this company. I want to read one more article that came out from Gwyn Preston from the Resource Maven. This was also in October. And she put an article together as well about ORO X Mining. She goes through a whole bunch of stuff here. Buy the dip. Hey, it sounds familiar. Buying the dip? All right. So she's talking about a whole bunch of properties and projects and deals. Gold, I've been a fan of gold and gold projects all year, last year, and I feel like this year it's a very safe place to put your money as well. A lot of people are chasing Bitcoin, but you don't want to chase anything at all-time highs. Gold has retraced from those all-time highs, so I think right now is a good time to start looking into gold and silver projects. ORO X will come to trade. So this is what she wrote pre-trading. Obviously, she's talking about it back in October. They took over Tsxv WRP. And she talks about, let me run through the projects and the deal before getting into the Paul factor, which is notable. So once again, they're talking about Paul and how he's a key member of this team and how he's one of the key reasons why everyone keeps talking about this deal. Yeah, we're not going to go through all the reasons and the property because I just went through that. But it seems as though everyone is talking about this project because of Paul, because of the management behind it. Okay, so they're talking about some of the similar things, showing some of the similar veins and zones and properties and projects that I've already got into. So I'm not going to rehash what I just said. I'm not going to say the same things over and over again. But once again, here she goes talking about Paul. Matisik is a big part of the story. He's an advisor at this point, but he was fundamental to the genesis of the story. He currently plans to spend about a third of his time on ORO X. And his idea is to shift focus to ORO X when GoldX, GLDX, sells. Yes, betting on that means betting that GoldX will sell, but I'm not sure you can signal more clearly to the market that you're in talks to sell your asset to the Chinese than by building a road from the mine Xinjiang just bought the Aurora mine, where Guyana Goldfields built a big mill that needs ore because the open pit was essentially a failure. To your project 25 miles away, and by bringing Robert Friedland in as non-executive chairman, Friedland knows more people in China's mining sector and has done more and bigger deals with them than anyone else in mining. That's another story. The point is that Matisik is, I think, going to sell GoldX soon, not one to sit idle. He is setting up ORO X partly as his next vehicle once that happens. So it seems as though this is going to be a huge play for Matisik. Matisik's track record is getting pretty unreal for the number of times his companies have been taken over and for the range of assets, locations, and commodities involved. This guy doesn't specialize in a certain type of mine. He specializes in capturing moments in the market. I first met Paul in perhaps 2009 when he was leading Potash 1. I didn't know anything much about potash at the time, but I remember so clearly how by the time I left the meeting, I was pretty convinced the world was getting short on fertilizer, especially in good deposits, and that Potash 1's mine would get bought or built as a result. Paul was right. Within a few years, a German group bought him out for 434 million. He has already done it with uranium. After potash, he did it with lithium and then with gold. Now he's doing it again with GoldX. I will point out that all of Paul's previous assets have been advanced projects where the tasks have been demonstrating solid mine plans and economics, advancing permitting, and packaging things up nicely for a buyout. ORO X is different. It's an exploration play. Why the change? Two reasons. I think first, Paul has known Lewis well. Paul has always been generous with his time, helping younger people in the sector getting going. Lewis started as one of those, but became a friend as they both live in Lima. Both mining deal makers to the core, Paul and Lewis spent a lot of time looking at assets for Western Pacific. As the story goes, when they realized Coriorcco and Las Antas were available, they both knew they were going to go for it, and together. The other reason is the stage of the gold market. It's young. with several years to run. It's not a market that has demands an advanced asset. When he saw opportunity in uranium and lithium, those markets needed advanced assets. So that's what he served up. With Gold Rock, he was pushing a project ahead through a bear market, so it had to be advanced to stand a chance. Now he's got a gold bull market at his back and is taking the opportunity to work the added upside of exploration, since it's a very valid option. Interesting. Luis Zapata deserves comment here too. Luis is Peruvian. He has been financing mining deals in Latin America for years. To boot, his family owns a mill that runs toll ore from local miners. All told, he is deeply networked in the Peruvian mining scene. The fact that his family friends who owns the mill that processed Coriorcco ore 10 years ago gave him the mill's records for those deliveries is a great example. It also goes without saying that Luis has a strong team of geologists already assembled in Peru. So I'm not going to go through all of this, but clearly there is a lot of different reasons why this is an interesting company. Let's talk about the structure and trading. 6.3 million raised will go quickly. The first 2 million is needed to pay Titan for the projects. Titan holds an option on the assets. To exercise it fully requires a 3 million payment, but that is not due for almost 10 years. Then ORO X will spend 1.7 million on phase 1 exploration before immediately moving into phase 2, which it currently budgeted a 1.2 million, but could well be expanded if phase 1 shows success. Then it goes into some of the other stuff that we've talked about, including their share structure. So I'm not going to get into all of that, but once again, talking about the management team and why they believe this team and this company is going to be a winner. Now let's go through the news. Some news have been circulating. So December 17th, ORO X announced OTC Pink listing and DTC eligibility. And that was for WRPSF. We're going to look at WRPSF. This is Western Pacific. WRPSF is the US symbol that just opened on December 17th, based on this press release. Based on this press release right here, on December 17th, when the shares started trading in America under the symbol WRPSF. So it hasn't even been trading in America for a month. Okay. So that's how new it is in America. Nobody really knows. And let's look at some of the previous press releases before that. ORO X announces grant of incentive stock options and restricted share units. That was on November 2nd. And let's look at previous press releases before that. ORO X commences exploration program at Julian project in Ecuador. And this press release was dated October 27th. So you can see the news has just been coming for this company, and quite a few people are starting to take notice, but mostly gold people. These are people that are known to focus on gold and mining. So there's still not a lot of people that really know about this company yet if they're not really heavily into gold. Good morning. I am Pip Girl, Stock Talk. Good morning, Rich. Another beautiful day to wake up with the stock market. Yeah, I mean, the market's probably red today, most likely. Looks like it's going to be red, but we've had all-time highs. So you have to assume that a pullback is coming. Bitcoin also pulling back from all-time highs. That was pretty predictable. Don't be buying anything at all-time highs. I wouldn't suggest it. You're probably going to get stuck holding the bag. And that's what's happening with people that are buying anything at all-time highs. Gold is retracted from all-time highs. The market today is coming back from all-time highs. Bitcoin's coming back from all-time highs. And we're in the middle of a global pandemic. So a lot of reasons why not to chase anything at all-time highs. And that's something that we teach at Rich TV Live Club. We don't teach you to chase all-time highs. That's probably a great way to lose money. Pluto Mine says, looks like pot stocks are up today. Yeah, it's nice to see cannabis stocks doing well today, and hopefully that will continue. And you can see here on October 8th, ORO X completes Coriorcco Gold Project option acquisition, private placement, name change, and board appointment. So quite a lot of news over the last few months, and I'm going to be watching it very, very closely. Love to know your opinion on ORO X Mining. Love to know your opinion on this, and you can follow them on social media, which I'll do right now. Let's see what it looks like on Facebook. Let's see how many people are following them on Facebook. So we're going to like them here. Hit the like button. And let's follow them on Twitter. Let's see how many people are following them on Twitter. 107 followers, guys. I will be the 108th follower. So we're literally getting in on this deal before most people in the world even know they exist. Okay. I'm going to follow some of these mining companies too. Why not? All right. While I'm here, and let's delete that. And let's go and take a look at their LinkedIn. Let's see how much exposure they have on LinkedIn. And this is how I research companies, guys. You know, just follow them everywhere. And then they're going to start putting out news and you're going to get access to it, right? And this is how you start really following a company and getting a chance to know what they're doing, how they're doing it, and why they're doing it. And this is their Instagram. Let's see what their Instagram looks like. 17 followers on Instagram. So we're now following them on Instagram. Sorry, 90 followers on Instagram, including Wpzb Live. So we're now following them on Instagram as well, and Facebook, and all social media. And let's just quickly go to Webull. Let's go look at the markets. And all right, let's take a look. So right now in America, the American symbol so far is down 7%, but it's only traded 400 shares. So I wouldn't really be too concerned. It's not much volume yet because nobody really knows these guys yet. And let's take a look in Canada, OROX Mining, currently at 80 cents and down 1%. So only traded 33,000 shares, not a lot of volume yet. And you can see that this has gone up from 57 cents to 90 cents. We're going to show you the high, and the low of the zone. I always mark the high and the low of the zone. It's the first thing I always do. And I like Webull because they mark the high and the low of the zone for you. So the low of the zone is 57 cents. The high of the zone is 90, currently at 80. And you can see the trend has been up. Trend line has been climbing up. So it's been clearly climbing up. And this is for the last month. If we go to the last 3 months, it's been as high as 90 before, came down, hit the low just recently at 57. I guess when gold dropped, had a major drop over the last little bit here. It's had a drop and just recently made this big move here from 57 to where it's now gone up to 80 cents. So definitely a company I think you need to put on your radar, put on your watch list. I think it has a lot of potential. I think there's a lot of upside here, but you know, always do your due diligence, always do your research before you invest in anything we talk about. But this is one that I think has a lot of potential and a lot of upside, and one that I really like. Max Glide says CLC up another 6.7%, baby. Yeah, CLC has been good for the community, and hopefully it will continue to do well, and hopefully members will continue to have success. I can see some other companies that we're looking at and we're investing in and we're talking about every day having success already this morning as well. So I'm going to wish everybody a great trading day today. Put ORO X Mining on your watch list, put it on your radar. I think it's a company with huge upside. OROX in Canada, Wrpsf in America, and Wpzb in Frankfurt, Germany. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, smash the like button, comment down below, subscribe, and share the video everywhere. This is Rich from Wpzb Live. If you're not winning, you're not watching. We bring in the winners, and we bring them to you first. ORO X Mining, I'm going to make a prediction. I believe in 2021, we will see this over $1. So, and maybe beyond that. So I believe there's some upside here. Love to know your opinion. Comment down below. This is Rich from Wpzb Live. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching.